My topic today, right? A couple things that we can do to make sure we have a great 2024. And so I want to share those with you today. I didn't want to get into any product stuff today because I believe that we can have all the product in the world, but if our head ain't right, we're not doing the little things on a daily basis. So one thing I've learned over the years is not one big thing that you're going to do to make you successful. It's a series of little things that you do on a consistent basis is what really makes the difference. So a couple things I want to share with you. The first one is you got to set some clear goals, right? You got to really take the time and sit down and say, this is what I want to accomplish. And it has to be written down, or otherwise it's just a wish. You got to have clear, concise goals. You got to have goals. Your business plan should already be done. If you haven't done it yet, you're already behind. The business plan should have been done at the absolute latest, no later than, I would say, December 15th, at the absolute latest. So you got to have a clear goals. You got to have something that you're shooting for. You know what I mean? And this is with anything in life, not just in the financial service business. You got to have some goals. So you got to have some clear goals. That's the first step. If you're going to win in 2024, the first thing you got to do is set some clear goals. They got to be clear, right? You can't say roundabout. You got to say if you want to make $250,000 a year, then that's your goal. You don't say 200 and some thousand. $250,000, that's your goal. You got to be clear about that. So that's the first thing. The second thing is after you set the goals up, you got to take some action. You know what I mean? It's not going to happen unless you put some action in place. Don't sit around and wait for all conditions to be perfect. Take action now, right? It's January the 2nd already. You know what I mean? So how long is it going to take for you to get it off the ground? You got to take some serious action, right? It won't happen by just lip service. You got to take action. You can't be afraid to fail, right? So many people don't take action because they want to have all their ducks lined up before they do the first thing. No, you got to take some action. Right. That is so important. I call it getting baked in the squat. Right. So many people spend so many time getting ready that they never start. You know what I mean? So you got to take some action and some decisive action, which leads me to my third point is you got to make a decision. Right. And make it fast. Winners normally make quick decisions. Right. You got to make a decision. Sit down and weigh out the pros and the cons and make a decision. So many people think about doing stuff, but they never make the decision that this is what I'm going to do and this is what I'm going to do, whether it's the right thing or the wrong thing. But you got to make a decision. You can't move unless you make a decision, right? So don't hesitate on that. Make the doggone decision and begin. Take action and begin. Another thing, my point number 4 is celebrate the small wins, right? If you're working to get to this particular level, there are going to be some wins along the way. Celebrate those small wins. Don't wait till the very end of the project, then you celebrate. Celebrate those small wins along the way. You really should, because success it's a journey. You know what I mean? It's a journey. It's a process that you got to go through. It doesn't happen overnight. Give it time, too. We live in a microwave society. We want everything yesterday. Well, it doesn't work that way. Things take time. Success takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. You know what I mean? So, be patient with yourself. But make sure that you're doing all the things with the goals, taking action, making a decision, but celebrate the small wins. That helps it along the way when you start celebrating the small wins. Point number 5, avoid this get-rich-quick schemes. I mean, that's not, it's no such thing as getting rich overnight. So many people fall into these things and they think they're going to get rich all of a sudden because this is what this person told them. It doesn't work that way, right? Success takes time. Avoid the get rich quick thing. If it sounds too good to be true, then it probably is. You know what I mean? People come at me all the time with all these get rich quick things. It doesn't happen that way. It's step by step. Again, it's a process. And then the final thing is live on a budget. I wonder how many people put a budget together. Every January, I sit down, I put a budget together for the household. This is what we're going to spend. This is what we're going to do, this and that. Now, I'm not saying we don't get off track sometime, but live on a budget. Sit down and say to yourself, this is what I bring home. This is what has to be paid. We don't get in trouble on our fixed expenses. We get in trouble with our variable expenses, like eating out and shopping and all that kind of stuff. I'm not saying you don't have fun. That's not what I'm saying. You can do whatever you want to do, but you got to plan for it. Don't stop making spontaneous decisions when it comes to spending your money. Sit down and think it through and ask, is this something I can do without for now? You know what I mean? And I think you're better off long term when you look at it that way. So here it is, the 6 things: set clear goals, take action, got to take some action, make a decision, quit squandering over it, just make a decision. It's okay if you make a wrong decision. That's okay, you can fix that, but make a decision. Celebrate the small wins, avoid the get-rich-quick schemes, and live on a budget. Live within your means. Right? So many people are overspending and living above the means, trying to keep up with the Joneses. Live in your budget. You know what your budget is. You live within your means, right? So that's all advice I have for you on this first Tuesday of 2024. See, you become unstoppable when you work on the things that people cannot take away from you, such as your mindset, your character, your personality. People can't take that away from you. They can't. So work on the things that make you happy. Work on the things that bring you joy. I'm at the point in my life now, I don't do anything now just for money. I got to have fun with it. You know what I mean? And I love what I'm doing here in financial services with ACA. And I love it. I do it every day. It doesn't seem like work to me. You know what I mean? I quit working in 1993 from Xerox. This is my calling. And I'm going to follow my calling, and that is helping people protect their income, getting people out of debt so that we can leave generational wealth for our communities. That is so important. And our goal again this year is to do 15 million and 1.5 billion of future tax-free transferable wealth. So get with your advisor. Let's do a review and see where we are, see if we need to make changes. And it's on and more in 2024. And I'm charging our team to be more, do more, and make more in 2024. We are hiring, just in case you forgot. We are hiring. We are looking for representatives. If you know of anybody that has a heart to serve and enjoys helping other people, and we have a place for you here at American Classic Agency. Thank you all for joining me on this first Tuesday of 2024. And let's get it done. More in 2024. Talk to you later. Thank you.